Quick, you have 10 seconds to guess which character was originally Stryker in the very first Mortal Kombat game. Go! This video was inspired by my iceberg quiz with the 4 snakes, so make sure to check it out because over half the info I learned about Stryker was from that video, and it's gonna make you laugh too, but don't watch it yet, watch my video first. Stryker is easily one of the least popular characters in Mortal Kombat history. He's down there with Jarek, Darius, and even Su Hao, which is sad but not surprising, because while everyone else is throwing fireballs and using magic, this guy chooses gun.
For his neutral special, he wields a gun.
Some characters have swords, your boy has a police baton. Telekinetic powers, how about grenades? Wait, why does a cop even have grenades in the first place?
Police brutality, coming up!
Anyway, you get the idea. Stryker is basically a normal cop surrounded by much cooler characters with supernatural powers. And that's likely the main reason why he wasn't well received in Mortal Kombat 3. But here's the thing, Stryker was originally meant to be in the very first Mortal Kombat game. What? Yeah, it's totally true. Your boy Stryker was gonna be in the very first game, so then what happened? Well, the developers realized they didn't have any women on the roster, and that's not a good idea because even Street Fighter 2 had Chun-Li. And I mean the very first Street Fighter 2, not Super Street Fighter Turbo Ultimate Baconator Edition. And the fan base loved Chun-Li, they loved playing her, watching her gameplay, all that awesome stuff, so you want to have a female character on the roster, it's a good idea. And Midway realized that, but the problem is now somebody had to go. And you know they're not going to scrap any of the ninjas, or a god, or the original main character, or the Bruce Lee character. And as a result, Stryker got voted off the island, and his character became Sonya instead, which is actually a fun trivia fact to bring up at the dinner table. And honestly, I agree with this choice, it makes perfect sense to me. Do I feel bad for Stryker? Sure, but Sonya is definitely the better choice, and I cannot imagine MK1 without Sonya, or Raiden, or the ninjas, and so on. Even so, it's really interesting to learn that Stryker was originally going to be in the very first game, but things just didn't quite work out for him. Next up, we have Mortal Kombat 2, where once again Stryker was meant to make his debut as a playable character. In fact, this time he was meant to be Sonya's superior officer. Now, does that sound familiar? Well, it should, because that exact character is playable in Mortal Kombat 2, but his name isn't Stryker. What? Yep, your boy got replaced again. His character became Jax, and once again, a good decision. I love Jax. I gotta respect this choice once again. He has the awesome command grabs, he can throw a cool projectile, he can punch the ground, all that amazing stuff. Imagine if he had been just a boring gun weapon character instead. That would definitely be a massive downgrade, so once again I'm happy we got Jax. However, if you're wondering why the developers did this, there's no clear evidence why. I'm thinking maybe due to Carl Weathers. His movies were crazy popular at the time, and eventually in Mortal Kombat X he even had a skin for Jax. Not to mention Jax has a very similar mustache in Mortal Kombat 2, but all of this is just my tinfoil hat theory. Once again, there's no real evidence to prove why Stryker was replaced with Jax. But now it's finally time to talk about Mortal Kombat 3, when Stryker finally got his chance, becoming fully playable with his own arcade ladder and everything that comes with it. And players hated him. But honestly, what did Midway expect when they made him look like this? Like seriously, why does he look like this? I've never seen a cop even dressed this way. Were they trying to make him hip? Like, how do you do, fellow kids? Why couldn't they just give him regular SWAT gear or something, like he has in Mortal Kombat 9? Why couldn't they just go with this from the word go? I mean, sure, his special moves are pretty boring too, but that outfit is not helping at all. In fact, I think it's the worst part about him. Now, once again, I don't want to dogpile on Stryker. Some fans really did love him, even back in the Mortal Kombat 3 arcade days. However, for the most part, this guy was either a joke or completely hated by the Mortal Kombat community. In fact, Stryker was so hated that he disappeared completely from the series until Armageddon. That's right, your boy was absent from Mortal Kombat 4. He wasn't in Deadly Alliance, not in Shaolin Monks or Deception, nothing. Your boy Stryker was completely deleted from the game's history until the final game. And the only reason he's even there is because literally every character is in Armageddon. Every single character that was ever playable in any past Mortal Kombat game is in this final game. And of course that includes Stryker. However, even so, I can guarantee that some of you watching can't even spot him on screen right now. Where is he? You have 10 seconds. Where's the cop? Where is Stryker? Where's this guy? Can you find him on screen? There he is right there, looking completely different the man looks like he escaped from Tron, and this was clearly done to make fans like him. They wanted him to look futuristic and cool. The devs are pushing him so hard in this game. They wanted so desperately for Stryker to be loved and likable. Now, did it work? No clue, honestly. I just know he's a jerk for punching Melina in the face. Come on, man, she wasn't even looking. That's a straight up sucker punch. I'm starting to think you are a dirty cop.
Police brutality coming up.
And now finally we have the NetherRealm games. And give the developers some credit because they made Stryker very likable in this game. His voice actor nailed the role, his attacks were cool but had just the right amount of goofy to them, so it's like the developers were in on the joke. In fact, they definitely were. They understand Stryker could be cool, but he's also gonna be a little bit goofy no matter what you do. Mortal Kombat 9 is arguably the best push Stryker has ever received, because not only did fans finally like him, but he was also fun to play. Stryker was getting the love he always deserved. Things were looking really good for Stryker up until he died. Yep, you heard me right, the boy gets killed. Now, to be fair, a lot of heroes get killed in Mortal Kombat 9, and all by the same character too. This scene where Sindel bodies everybody is easily one of the most hated scenes in Mortal Kombat history, and Stryker wasn't safe from it. The man catches the ultimate L, he bites the dust, buys the farm, whatever you want to say, he is dead and done for. But don't worry, things get even worse because Stryker is never playable again in any of the future games. Not in Mortal Kombat X or in Mortal Kombat 11. In fact, he doesn't even appear in Mortal Kombat 11. Just like before, your boy is completely gone from the entire series. It's Mortal Kombat 3 all over again. Even though the fans liked him, he's still completely gone. However, at the very least, he is a revenant in Mortal Kombat X, but that's literally it. I don't think you even fight him, which means the man is literally background dressing. That's it. He's there to look cool in cutscenes, and pretty much that's it. Once again, the humble policeman who's just trying to do the right thing gets abandoned once again. But that doesn't mean he's done suffering, because he gets killed again in Battle of the Realms, an animated Mortal Kombat movie. In fact, not only does he die, he gets double fatality'd by Shang Tsung. First he gets impaled, and then he gets violently decapitated. You hate to see it. But for real, why was my boy even in this tournament? He didn't fight in Mortal Kombat 2. Why is he here? And then on top of that, he doesn't even get to use his weapons. So why the heck did Raiden allow this to happen? Why did you let him in the tournament, Raiden? There's no way you thought that Stryker had any chance of winning, which means you set him up just to die. Are you telling me Stryker was included as a meat shield? A human sacrifice so the real heroes don't get tired from fighting jobbers? If that's the case, then that's rough, man, that's rough. As you can see, Stryker is the biggest failure in Mortal Kombat history. He was replaced twice, then hated by everyone, then completely gone, then killed, and then forgotten again, and then killed again, but in a movie this time. F's in the chat for your boy Stryker. Leave a like down below because the man deserves something. Sure, he has fans, but his history is so rough that making this video was actually hard for me. It hurt my soul. But hey, hopefully it was still fun and entertaining to watch. If so, then please subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss any future videos. And also feel free to recommend who you want a video on next. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.